Hello everybody, my name is William Palacios. I'm the Youth Program Manager here at Collaborativa. I want to welcome everybody to the Summer Youth Employment Initiative Lottery. We do this every year. We're going to go through the slides really quick, and we're actually going to be pulling out the 200 participants that will be part of the program this year. Okay, again, welcome everybody. We thank you for being with us today. Okay, we're going to go to the first one. Actually, we're going to skip on this one. And every year we have over 650 applicants, but we only have the pleasure of hiring 200 youth. Peter?
Yes, my name is Peter Lopez. I'm the manager of Youth Behavioral Health Services at La Collaborativa. So our process, we try to maximize, and we want as many youth in Chelsea to have an opportunity with us as possible. Unfortunately, we're very grateful, but at the same time limited to only have 200 positions open this summer. And we've had 650 plus applicants. So that is why we do the lottery process. If your name is selected as part of those 200, you'll be asked to come in for an interview and find a position, a cohort, and a program that works best for you. Talk about your availability, your goals, all of those types of things. So if your name is selected, you will be contacted by us, but that's not the end of the process. There's some documents, an interview process, and going over the schedule and making sure that works best for you. So pay close attention to any type of information that we send out to you if your name is read, so that you can be a part of the program for this summer.
Okay. We also have some guest speakers today. We're going to introduce them in a little bit, but before that, we're actually going to go through the programs that we'll be offering this year. Okay? Los jóvenes son el presente, son el futuro, no son el presente. Los jóvenes no son el futuro, los jóvenes son el presente. Very important. Our youth are not the future, they are now. Okay, youth voices matter. All right, some of our pictures here from last year's program. Our first program we'll be offering this year is civic engagement and community organizing. In Spanish is Iniciativa para Votación en Chelsea, Organización Comunitaria. The second one is City Hall internships. Pasar días in City Hall, and Teatro Chelsea, doing some acting this year as well. Soccer Without Borders, Football Sin Fronteras. Carpentry Apprenticeship, Carpintería. Mentorship Development with the Chelsea Reach program, the desarrollo de mentores con el programa de Reach. Next one is STEM, Pre-Med and Biotech, Ciencias, Tecnologías, Ingeniería y Matemáticas. Enfoque en medicina y biotecnología. Excuse my Spanish. STEM, computer science, coding, cybersecurity and design, ciencias de computación, photography and graphic design, fotografía y diseño gráfico, Junior Police Academy, Academia de Policía de Jóvenes. Some more pictures of last year's program where we made a mural. Okay, Recreación and Education, Boys and Girls Club, Salvation Army, and City Recreations, Recreación y Educación, Boys and Girls Club, Salvation Army, y the City Recreation. Parks Program, Programa del Parque. Some of the original activities that we'll be offering as well is workforce readiness training, youth leadership skills, financial literacy, weekly mental health sessions and wraparound services, college and career coaching, training in preventing dating and sexual violence, actividades de enriquecimiento, capacitación de preparación de la fuerza laboral, habilidades de liderazgo juvenil, educación financiera, sesiones semanales de salud mental y servicios integrales, orientación universitaria y profesional, capacitaciones en la prevención de la violencia sexual y en el noviazgo. Okay, so these are some of our services. Again, the purpose of our program is not only to keep our youth busy for the summer, but to be able to start building a future for them, get them ready for what life has to offer for them. Okay, before we move onto the lottery portion, we want to introduce the city manager, Ned Keefe, over here. She's going to have some words for us today. Thank you for being here for us.
My pleasure. Good day to everyone. The City of Chelsea is really pleased to partner with the Collaborative in this important endeavor. the city does two things in the summer youth program. One, the city council votes funding for the program, and that funds both supervisors and youth who work in the program, so we're really pleased to be able to do that. The second thing that we do is we hold internships in City Hall for the students. So we're really happy to have the students here. A matter of interest is that some of the students that began in this program when they were working the summers now work for us full time. So they're both contributing during the summer, and later on in their careers, they're part of work in Chelsea. So we welcome everyone to this program and hope you're selected. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay.
Next briefly, we got some words from Gladys Vega, our very own executive director.
Buenos días a todos. When I see Summer Youth Employment 2023, I remember the day that we created the program. It was the morning of September 11, 2001. We were right here at 9 o'clock in the morning talking about what a bad summer we had with no jobs and how important it was to create a year-round employment program or summer youth employment program. So it has been exactly 22 years of this program. So cuando estoy aquí pienso 22 años atrás, cuando estábamos aquí mismo en este lugar diciendo no hay trabajo para verano, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Y después 22 años atrás un grupo de empleados increíblemente sofisticado, un equipo sumamente comprometido al trabajo de prevención juvenil y violencia. So estamos sumamente felices de eso. So, not only do we have, 22 years of enrichment and development and making sure that we address challenges, but an incredible team of youth leaders and youth staff that is eager to continue to work for the empowerment of our youth, to make sure that they come back, like our city manager said. Not only they work in Chelsea city government, they're police officers in our force. Kevin De Jesus is a fire department young person that went through the summer youth employment program. So we're building professional careers in our community, and that's exactly what we want. We want our youth to be the next Gladys Vega, the next Dini Paulino, the next Nate Keith, or Peter and William. That's what we want. So, muchísimas gracias a todos. Vamos a comenzar con el proyecto de sacar los nombres. Recuerden, 650 personas aplicaron, tan solo podemos escoger 200. So please keep in mind, over 650 people applied for the jobs. We can only select due to funding 200 people. Everyone else will be in a wait list. And if someone decides to decline, we'll immediately call the next person in the wait list. Muchísimas gracias. Okay, comenzamos. Ned, you want to take the first one? ¿Cuántos que tiene que sacar? How many needs to pull out?
I'll turn you.
No, you can give it to her. You can give it straight to Liza.
Okay, oh, Liza.
Give it straight to
Okay.
Liza. First one.
El primero es Jonathan España.
Jonathan is fine now. Nice.
Okay, I'm going to take 10. Only pull 10 out. Jennifer Alarcón. Jennifer Alarcón. Brenna Irak Padilla. Jacqueline Irias. Jacqueline Irias. Andrea Gómez. ¿Ya llegó bien? Do I have 10? Not yet. And Daniela Cruz Osorio. How many?
You say 6.
6?
Go with 6.
Okay. Kevin Perez. Ángela Zacarías. Y Bridget Uchoa. ¿Ya?
Last word.
Y este es el último, ¿ok?
Last one, the Gladys one.
Que yo voy a salir, van a salir más de 190 más o menos,
Let's
¿ok?
say that's 10.
Madison Avelar. Y esto concluye esta parte. Ellos van a seguir sacando nombres hasta llegar a 200. This concludes the part of the program, but they will continue to pull out names publicly until we pull out 200 names. And everyone else goes into the wait list. Muchísimas gracias.
Ned, do you want to pick any?
I'll move that for the rest of the
Okay. That sounds
But
good.
I'm really glad to see that 200
Yes. Yeah.
students will be looking for. So we look forward to seeing them in the city hall.
Absolutely.
Our staff, my staff.
Good. Good. We're glad to hear that.
Good luck with this.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here.
Okay, ciao. Bye bye.
Thank you, Gladys.
Okay, mi amor.
So we're at
We're at 10. So again, we're watching, if you're watching this is the live lottery for the Summer Youth Employment Initiative. So we're picking 200 names from the lottery. There was over 600 applicants. So we're going through and picking the names who will be asked to come in for an interview to secure a position with us in the summer.
And right now we're pulling out from tier 1, which is ages 14 to 15. Okay, so we'll be switching off the names a little bit. Okay, so we're going for number 11.
Okay, the next name is Joshua Cordova.
Joshua. So, next one, George Villarreal. George Villarreal.
Next we have Anthony Portillo. Anthony Portillo.
Okay, next one, Donis Contreras. Donis Contreras.
Next we have Miguel Gonzalez. Miguel Gonzalez.
Next one, Anthony Mello. Anthony Mello. Okay, next one. It's Leslie Alvarado. Leslie Alvarado. Eduardo Moisés Díaz Hernández. Eduardo Moisés Díaz Hernández. Jason Elías Tejeda Rivera. Jason Elías Tejeda Rivera. Johan Steven Zapatas Arias. Johan Steven Zapatas Arias. Julio Derras Mejía. Julio Derras Mejía. Pilar Contreras Velasco. Pilar Contreras Velasco. Kevin Perez. Kevin Perez. Christopher Erazo Guzmán. Christopher Erazo Guzmán. Claudia Martínez. Claudia Martínez. José Romero. José Romero. Yerel Sánchez. Yerel Sánchez. Carolina Pérez. Carolina Pérez. Joshua Méndez. Joshua Méndez. Ana Alvarado. Ana Alvarado. José Tesay Hernández. José Tesay Hernández. Yelia Guzmán. Yelia Guzmán. Julia Dos Santos. Julia Dos Santos. Mario Joseph. Mario Joseph. Things just open up, so we're gonna keep it going. All right, ready? Verónica Delgado. Verónica Delgado. Ready? We'll grab 2. So we'll go Alejandro Bellajarón. Alejandro Bejarón. Johan Sánchez. Johan Sánchez. Aricel Escalante. Aricel Escalante. Melanie Vargas. Melanie Vargas. Maybelline Pineda. Maybelline Pineda. Okay. Isabel Nazaire. Isabel Nazaire. Diana Hernández Alfaro. Nice. That was some technical difficulties. We're going to keep moving. Don't worry. These kids are going to get jobs this summer, regardless. Ready? Giovanna Espinosa. Amanda Marinho. Amanda Marinho. Sidi Sabto. Sidi Sabto. Okay. Jeremy Prior. Jeremy Prior. Nidia Castillo. Nidia Castillo. Okay, Amir Mohammed. Amir Mohammed. Jonas Guevara Álvaro. Jonas Guevara Álvaro. Kevin Rauda. Kevin Rauda. Araceli Marquez. Araceli Marquez. Roifi Otanis. Roifi Otanis. Natalie Rodriguez. Natalie Rodriguez. Rahama Sido. Rahama Sido. Joshua David Cardona Mejia. Joshua David Cardona Mejia. Celie Escobar Martinez. Celie Escobar Martinez. Diego Alejandro Chávez López. Diego Alejandro Chávez López. Jamie Guerra Ramirez. Jamie Guerra Ramirez. And we just want to remind everybody that this is the Summer Youth Employment Initiative Lottery, where we hire 200 youth every year. Just because your name isn't called on doesn't mean that you don't have an opportunity to get into the program. And just because your name was called doesn't necessarily mean that you got the job. Remember, this is for your interview. So if you didn't get your name called, there's still hope. Okay, guys? So bear with us. Almost done with the first tier. Okay, we got about 15 more that we're going to pull out, and then we're going to head into tier 2. Okay? All right. 1 second, family. Again, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you. All right, just going to give a couple more minutes for our team to catch up a little bit. You good? 58, okay. Brianna Martinez. Brianna Martinez. Ana Sendra. Ana Sendra. Jacqueline Barrientos Mira. Jacqueline Barrientos Mira. Darlene Palacios. Darlene Palacios. Noordin Abdi. Noordin Abdi. Kimberly Ayala Lopez. Kimberly Ayala Lopez. Sofía Guerrero. Sofía Guerrero. Amaya Ramos Miranda. Amaya Ramos Miranda. Eric Aguilar Reyes. Eric Aguilar Reyes.
Last 5.
Last 5 for tier 1. Fernando Lucero. Fernando Lucero. Jason Zelaya. Jason Zelaya. Stephanie Cruz. Stephanie Cruz. Axel Romero. Axel Romero. Okay, we're going to get to our last name. Ani Barrias. Ani Barrias. So that's it for tier 1. Tier 1 is from ages from 14 to 15. We're going to get into the next tier. Okay, give us a couple minutes. And again, welcome to the SYEI Summer Youth Employment Initiative Lottery. Okay, let's go and jump into the next one. Just 1 second, I'm going to dump this on the side real quick. Let's change this up. Make sure everything is on here. Give us 1 second. Almost there. Alright, then let's give it a spin. Again, welcome everybody to the Summer Youth Employment Initiative Lottery. Alright, we're going to go into tier 2. Tier 2 is ages 16 to 17. 16 to 17. And again, you can only select 200 youth out of the 600 plus applicants. But just because we don't put your name out doesn't mean you don't have a chance to still be in the program.
Okay. First name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Derek Alvarez. Derek Alvarez. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Ana Valeria Mercado. Ana Valeria Mercado. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Shayla Perez. Shayla Perez. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds, Samantha Oliveira. Samantha Oliveira. Up next, Valerie Pineda Aguilar. Valerie Pineda Aguilar. Next name that we have is Daphne Keenan. Daphne Keenan. Up next, we have Claudia Rodriguez. Claudia Rodriguez. Our next name for 16 to 17-year-olds is Joshua Alarcon. Joshua Alarcon. Next name that we have is Diego Reyes. Diego Reyes. Up next we have Heidi Jimenez Prado. Heidi Jimenez Prado. Our next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Raul Quiñones Aviles. Raul Quiñones Aviles. Up next we have Beverly Romero Mejia. Beverly Romero Mejia. Next name that we have is Zainsp Giel. Zainsp Giel. Hopefully I'm pronouncing everything correctly, and I apologize if not. Our next name is Brian Alexander Genoves Alfaro. Byron Alexander Genoves Alfaro. Up next is Geraldine Mendez. Geraldine Mendez. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Anthony Navarrete. Anthony Navarrete. So again, welcome to the SYEI Summer Program, Summer Jobs Lottery. We're picking 200 names to come in for an interview to secure a position in our summer programs. And that's out of almost 700 applicants, which again is why funding for youth jobs is so important. And we're so grateful to have this opportunity for 200 youth, and hope in the future that, you know, all 600, 700 and more will be able to have a position with us and have a job for the summer. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds that we are asking to come in for an interview is Angel Hernandez. Angel Hernandez. Up next we have Claudia Rodriguez, which might be a repeat. The next name we have is Leonardo Saravia. Leonardo Saravia. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Talia Rivera. Talia Rivera. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Rondé Sanford. Rondé Sanford. Up next is Dania Escobar. Dania Escobar. Up next we have Nicholas Rodriguez. Nicholas Rodriguez. The next name that we have is Kevin Zacharias. Kevin Zacharias. Okay, the next name that we have is Cristal Flores. Cristal Flores. Our next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Anthony Rosario. Anthony Rosario. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Havo Sabto. Havo Sabto. Up next we have Noor Muhammad. Noor Muhammad. Next name that we have is Abraham Pieria. Abraham Pieria. Next name that we have for 16 and 17-year-olds is Jordi Perez. Jordi Perez. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Kiara Ramirez Vialta. Kiara Ramirez Vialta.
And that's how I play, 16 and 17-year-olds.
Thank you. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Anthony Velasquez. Anthony Velasquez. Up next we have Nicole Rodriguez. Nicole Rodriguez. have Vanessa Figueroa. Vanessa Figueroa. Next name that we have is Carla Anzora. Carla Anzora. Up next we have Isaiah Laporte. Isaiah Laporte. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Kiara Matos. Kiara Matos. Up next is Nicole Lobo. Nicole Lobo. Our next name is Ryan Morfa. Ryan Morfa. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Victor Aguilar. Victor Aguilar. Up next we have Noel Carey. Noel Carey. Okay, our next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Laura Gonzalez. Laura Gonzalez. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds for 2023 Summer Youth Program, Summer Job Lottery is Aaron Melendez. Aaron Melendez. The next name that we have is Sherilyn Perez. Sherilyn Perez. Up next we have Victor Gonzalez. Victor Gonzalez. Next name that we have is Raul Rosario. Raul Rosario. Up next we have Daniela Maldonado. Daniela Maldonado. Next name that we have is Edwin Mendoza. Edwin Mendoza. The next name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Yanis Ramirez. Yanis Ramirez. Next is Seralyn Anais Mejia Cherinos. Seralyn Anais Mejia Cherinos. Up next we have Cynthia Zapata. Cynthia Zapata. Next name we have is Eva Zapata. Eva Zapata. Next name we have is Delilah Baker. Delilah Baker. Our next 16 to 17-year-old is Deborah Pineda. Deborah Pineda. Next is Jose Vega Reyes. Jose Vega Reyes.
5 left.
5 left for tier 2.
The next name we have is Janali Buenrostro. Janali Buenrostro. Up next we have Amy Quiñones Herrera. Amy Quiñones Herrera. Next we have Jerry Escobar. Jerry Escobar. Our next name we have is Catherine Alvarado. Catherine Alvarado. Okay, last name for 16 and 17-year-olds is Maquise Wesley. Maquise Wesley.
Alright, families, so now we're going to transition into tier 3 lottery. Give us a second. I'm just going to put the names in here. And again, welcome to the Summer Youth Employment Initiative Lottery, where we choose 200 youth to participate in our summer program out of 600 youth. If your name is not over 600 youth, and if your name is not chosen in the lottery, that doesn't mean that you don't have a chance to get into the program. All right, and if your name was chosen, remember that this is for your interview. Okay, guys, so there's still hope for everybody. Give us 1 second. Alright, family, we're going to get into tier 3. Tier 3 is from the ages of 18 to 21 years of age. 18 to 21 years of age. So remember, if your name is not pulled out, it doesn't mean you don't have a chance to join our program in the future. Okay, here we go, guys. Last one. Tiari Moran. Tiari Moran.
Next for 18 to 21-year-olds is Aisha Giel. Aisha Giel.
Okay, next one. Estefania Osorio Cordova. Estefania Osorio Cordova.
The next name we have is Gregory Duran Sanchez. Gregory Duran Sanchez.
Next one is Emily Velasquez. Emily Velasquez.
The next name that we have is Vanessa Ajtum Ruiz. Vanessa Ajtum Ruiz.
All right, next one for tier 3, 18 to 21 years of age is Lady Johanna Jaramillo Restrepo. Lady Johanna Jaramillo Restrepo.
Next name that we have is Cristel Romero. Cristel Romero.
All right, next one for tier 3 is Catalina Suarez. Catalina Suarez.
Next name for 18 to 21-year-olds is Andrea Perez. Andrea Perez.
Next one is Carlos David Canizales Vasquez. Carlos David Canizales Vasquez.
5 left.
5 left for tier 3.
Okay, the next name that we have is Nicolas Gorman. Nicolas Gorman.
Okay, next one. Felipe Franco. Felipe Franco.
Next name that we have is Dimas Galdamez. Dimas Galdamez.
That's one. Dyslexis Paz. Dyslexis Paz.
Is that?
Just 1 second. That's fine.
So one more. Last one. Diego Hernandez. Diego Hernandez. Congratulations to everybody who's chosen the lottery. Remember, just because you weren't chosen doesn't mean there's not an opportunity for you to get in. Okay?
And if you were chosen, that doesn't mean you automatically have a position. It means that we will be reaching out to you, so make sure that you're staying on top of your email or your phone. If you hear anything from us, that we'll be reaching out to you very soon about when to come in for an interview, which documents to bring in, and then after that, that will determine whether you have a job with us for the summer. So please make sure you respond to any email or phone call or text that we send your way about an interview and the paperwork that you need to work with us in the summer. So we look forward to seeing you very soon.
And thank you to everybody, the parents, the youth who applied to the job, our facilitators, our staff, our donors. None of this is possible without you guys. We want to thank City Hall, City Council, everybody who's involved in this process. Again, the point of this is to keep our youth busy, right? Not just only to keep them out of trouble, but to be able to build a future for them, right? That's very important for us. So thank you guys. None of this is possible without you guys. We'll see you really soon, and we'll see you at next year's lottery. All right? Love.